only one nurse comes in and helps you push until she sees the head. Then the doctor and like all the other like assistants come in to actually deliver the baby. What's up, family?
We back again with another video.
It's the Wade family. My name's Ava.
My name is Quez.
We're gonna do our birth story as you've seen in the title. Okay, so I wrote down some points so we don't forget like what happened. I did this a couple months back. Judah is now he'll be 8 months and 2 days. Let's get straight into the video. I thought that when you get contractions, they can last for days. I think that's Braxton Hicks though. I didn't know when you get contractions, it's like you finna go into labor soon. The night before we went into labor, Quez said that he heard me groaning.
She was like in like deep pain. Every turn, every way she moved, she was just like grunt. And like I wake up, I'm like, you alright? Like you straight? I know she was in pain, but like the way she was like, grunting, I was like, dang, I can't imagine her pain. Like she was like grunting like bad.
I did not know that I was groaning at all. When it's that time in the month, sometimes the first day isn't like always bad, like when it's coming on, but like that when it's that second day, like the second full day, when it really hit, I started feeling, that, but not the whole day. I felt it on and off. So I was like, okay, what's going on? So the next thing is the prenatal appointment. So we were actually scheduled for a prenatal appointment that day. And remember, I was gonna ask them about pushing my, what is it? Induction. The induction. I personally didn't want to have an induction because I just felt like I wanted to be in God's timing. Like I felt like I wanted to be natural. I didn't want to force anything or rush anything. But I guess they say when you go past 41 or 42, I think it's 42 weeks is the furthest they can go, and it can result in result in stillbirth.
But we didn't think that he was gonna get hurt because like the way he was moving and stuff,
and just healthy overall.
Like he was just good, but I wasn't too much worried about what they were talking about.
I guess it was just like our faith too, but also it's just a lot of things that they were like. In the beginning, they did scare me of some things like blood work and certain things to get tested for because of the color of our skin, like stuff like that was like giving me anxiety and getting in my head. But then second trimester on out, we were just like, he good. So we were gonna push our induction date later, and the doctor was like, I don't think you're gonna have to do that, because I was actually having like small contractions. I couldn't tell. I was just shocked that I was having the feeling. It didn't hurt, but I did have to like, stop real quick. I couldn't walk.
She had to take a minute to breathe. Yeah. Sometimes like if she'll walk, like she'll stop and like, and can nobody talk to her, not even me.
Yeah.
She even told the doctor to be quiet.
But it was bearable. It was kind of like period cramps basically. So it wasn't at its height yet, to where I couldn't take it. It was just like I'm feeling it again. And then she counted with me and she's like, no, you still need some room for dilation. We ended up going back home, and I was hungry and I was craving, and like towards the end of my pregnancy, I kept craving a mango slushie with lychee jelly.
From Teapot. Then after that, after she ate that, the chicken, it's not hot, but it's spicy.
Yeah, it had
it's
a
like
spice on it.
But
like popcorn chicken from like Quickley's or something like that.
Like after that night, like we went home and we have sitting down on the couch. It seemed like
we went in the room first.
We went in the room and like she was like,
I couldn't even eat the chicken. Like I would chew it and I had to spit it out.
And like she went in the bathroom and she
it hurt to pee. Like when I was using the restroom, it was like when I felt the contraction, it was like, why do I have to use the bathroom right now? I don't know why I had to use the bathroom so much. I went to the bathroom like at least 5 times. Mind you, our appointment was
early,
like 3 p.m. Not even that long ago.
Like after we got Teapot and stuff, and like it seemed like this when labor started kicking in, but we didn't know. But I kind of got thought like, hey, bro, we need to call. Like you said, first we was in the room, and she went to the bathroom. She came back out.
We tried to go to the couch.
She was like, my plug came out.
No, that was a week before my mucus plug came out.
Yeah,
that scared us too.
I'm trashing out like, Ava, call the doctor. She was like, she was trying to like take it, but I kept saying, Ava, call the doctor.
Yeah, he kept saying that. Okay, let me tell you why I did it. Okay, Judah. So I watched a lot of like birth vlogs and what to do during labor so I can like have some sort of like, you know, idea of like what to do, breathing techniques, all that. A bunch of women and even the doctors at our hospital were saying to try your best to labor as much as you can at home. They won't even admit you until you're 4 centimeters dilated unless you're scheduled for an induction. They won't even admit you till you're 4 centimeters dilated. So I was like I don't think I am. She did the cervix thing. She said I was 1 the week before, and then the next week I was 2.5, but she just put in the system 2. So I'm just thinking like I'm only 2 centimeters. It took a week for 1 more, so my mind's telling me like
we good.
Yeah, like I could, like I'm gonna just have to take it. It's hurting and it's coming back to back. A lot of people say they come like 3 to 5 minutes. Mine was coming sometimes 1 minute apart, 2 minutes, and I had back labor. It was bad. I mean, I was taking it, but Quest kept telling me to call the doctor, and then my mom was scaring me because she was like, girl, you about to have this baby on the couch the way I was like contracting. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna call. So I told him. The lady stayed on the phone with me for like 3 of my contractions, and she was like, no, you need to come in. At that point, it started getting worse or whatever.
Yeah, so we got our bed and stuff, so I headed to the doctor, and like she couldn't even walk. We had to push her in the what you call it? In the emergency room.
The
and they
wheelchair.
was like, hey, take her upstairs. So as soon as we got there, they took her to the back. I couldn't go in because, you know, COVID rules. And
Wait, what?
COVID rules, you know, I couldn't come
Oh yeah, so if you guys watch our birth vlog, you'll see that when Quez pushed me in, I was in a wheelchair, he pushed me in, we waited not even 5 minutes, and I got into, it's called triage. Everybody say hi to Judah. Hi. Oh Lord, Judah, if you don't be doing all this talking now. It's like triage, and then you get admitted, and then you go into the actual room where you're gonna deliver. So you'll see in the video, he's pushing me in the wheelchair. Then when I'm in the bathroom, they had me change into my gown. Quez is not in there with me. He's in the front. They can't even get him through until later. Do you remember when you came in the room, the triage?
Well,
when she was like asking me all those questions?
What happened was, I came in the room, there was like, you need to come on back, like, we just checking everything. So I went in there. Like she can't think for herself or nothing. Like she just shaking. I'm getting scared.
During my contractions, yeah.
I'm getting paranoid. I'm like,
oh wait, are you talking about the delivery room or the triage?
The triage.
When she was asking me questions, yeah.
Yeah, like she was like shaking bad, and I was like, hey, you alright? So they was like, we gotta get her IV. And I was like, well, is she going home? She like, no, she's not going home. Like,
I don't know why you asked.
She had this baby because, you know, they ain't gonna keep you because you ain't
4 centimeters. You know. Nah. Well, okay, no, that's another thing. Were you in there when they checked me? They checked me in triage, and I was 4 centimeters dilated. I was 4.5 actually. So I was 4.5 centimeters dilated in triage before I even went into the labor room. I was one of the ones who didn't want epidural. I wanted to try and do unmedicated. But when each contraction was hidden, especially the back labor, I was like, nah, run me that now. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to last.
And she lost so much blood during epidural. Like, I was like, is that normal?
And I didn't see it, thank God. I was dilating very fast. But anyways, triage, they gave me the needle that goes in before they hook the water because I was dehydrated. They told me in triage. So now we're in the delivery room, and they hooked me to was it water? Yeah, I didn't get Pitocin at all, I don't think. But I got a water IV because I was dehydrated. Then epidural, you can't eat, drink a lot. You can't chug. But like he was giving me sips of water. You'd see that in my birth vlog too if you watch that.
I wanted to like hold you, but I knew I couldn't.
Like hold me still.
Yeah.
And the lady said it was the epidural, but also I think after I got hydrated, I was really trying to hold off on the epidural, but I wanted it to, so I didn't know what to do. So they told me fentanyl can like reduce some of the pain. So I got fentanyl first, and that made me super like drowsy. Like I was like, you can see in the birth vlog, like we didn't record all that, but when it got to like me having contractions, I was like, I had given birth already. Like I was like tired, and then it didn't help because we didn't get sleep the night before, so it was just a lot. I got the epidural, like he said, and he was telling me to stay still. The doctor said I did better than a lot of people, but I was staying still, and they told me to stay still. I'm not moving an inch. He ended up having to come in twice because I felt a little tingle, but I was having back labor. That's the worst thing, is back labor. I think I could have went more dilating if I had like regular stomach labor, but the back labor hurts very bad. So he ended up having to come in twice. They have a button, which I didn't know, that you can press it every time it turns green to give you like some sort of dose or to fill the epidural more. But I wasn't feeling it. So he came in and ended up giving me like a stronger, like, you know, thing. During the course of being in the delivery room, they did a vaginal exam 2 more times. The first time it was 6 centimeters dilated, and that's around the time I got the epidural. The second time I was 8 centimeters dilated, and the epidural also slows down your dilation because it relaxes your muscles, so your body like doesn't work as fast. So I stayed at 8 centimeters for like an hour or 2 hours.
2 hours and a half.
Yeah. And then after that, I was 10 centimeters dilated.
The crazy thing is, while she was dilating, he was coming like down. By the time we had him, his head was like right there. Like right there. And like, it was crazy because the lady was like, you see his head? I was like, no.
He's right there.
But like, I was like, bro, that's crazy. Like, his head was sitting right there the whole time.
When she came in, I think you had fell asleep at the time, but like,
I didn't fall asleep.
you were asleep when they came in, and I was, cause you were up the whole time, like helping me, but you, like that last like hour before I started pushing, you had fell asleep. You hopped up though, cause you heard them coming in saying like, you know, like the nurse is gonna come in. When I was 10 centimeters dilated, I basically asked the nurse, like, can I get like 10 minutes to just rest on the other side? Because they kept putting me on my, what's this? My left side. Because they had to get his heart rate, and the little monitor that they put on you, every time I turned on my right side, they couldn't hear his heart when I would turn on this side. And I was just like, I promise y'all he good. Like, back to us saying this, like, no, just knowing that he was gonna be fine, and just having that like mindset, it was just like, I really need to lay on this side. Like, I need 10 minutes to just like rest for a second before I have to start pushing. In the birth vlog, you'll see I kept pushing on my side, right? I kept pushing on my side, went on this side, went on that side. I mainly pushed on my left side that I was laying on. That's what you were talking about when I finally laid on my back, and she's like, the head is here.
Yeah, she was asking, can she turn, but the lady's like, no, like, his head's like right here. Like, just push one more good time, and like, as soon as she said that, he came out like quick.
I thought that when you're about to push, all these people come in at one time. Only one nurse, I don't know if it's different because of COVID or not, but only one nurse comes in and helps you push until she sees the head. Then the doctor and like all the other like assistants come in to actually deliver the baby. The nurse is just there to help me push, and we love that nurse. Like, she was super nice. She laid me on my back, and she's like, wait, like, we gotta call them in here. It was like a few pushes, right? Until like he was delivered.
I'm like, I was nervous. I was like, man, I hope I don't fall out. Cause like my legs got weak. Like, I couldn't
Did
stand.
they? You never told me that.
Yeah.
I mean, you kept saying that you felt like you may pass out.
She was like, are you okay? I was like, yes, man.
She was, she did say, she was like, you don't need a chair or something.
Like, push, he's here. Like, I was like, you know, like going back. She's like, you need a chair.
Were you scared to see him?
Yeah.
I was scared. I mean, I wasn't scared to see him, but I was just like you'll hear in the breath line, I was just like, like a sense of relief. It just felt so good getting him
like
out.
when he came out, he was on her, but he opened his eyes, he saw me, he stopped crying.
He looked at you, and he started crying again because the girl was like really
Trying to
wiping
touch
him
him.
hard though. But I guess they gotta do that. Quez held his hand while he was getting his shots, which I thought were cute because I couldn't get up and like, you know, because he was on epidural.
But like,
so.
he took it like a judo.
He did. He did. He did that, like his ear test, when they test his ears. A lot of things that they were saying babies normally cry off of, he was good. The main thing that got him in his little crying phase was getting circumcised.
Yeah,
but I know he'll be glad that he don't gotta get it later. So they when she pushed me to the postpartum room, they like played like music. I think like happy birthday or some sort of sleep song when they first get in there. And then the food options were not good. You can see a couple of those on the book. He kept walking to the cafeteria to get us like better tasting food because the cafeteria food was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he kept walking to the cafeteria. He really like had to process like we really got a baby.
Oh yeah, like it was just like, bro, like ain't no way I'm a dad right now. Like my baby is upstairs.
Just something happened to your eyes.
Look.
Quez told me that his eyes kept getting watery every time he would walk to the cafeteria.
Yeah, I don't know why you lying.
Wait, they didn't?
Not water like I'm about to cry. Like it'd be like overwhelmed.
It's okay if you're. That's an emotional thing.
I know.
Was that your first time being in a birth room? Wait, you been in a birth room before? With who?
My daddy.
Your dad? No, for real.
No.
Was that your first time being in a room?
Yeah.
When we got discharged, Quez's back was hurting, so we didn't stay 2 days.
Man. I don't care nothing I say. Man, bro, I was ready to go.
If I could go back in time, I definitely would have convinced Quez to stay longer.
My baby hurts so bad.
That you don't get rest though, because they do keep coming in and out.
Every hour, bro.
But for like 4 hours, baby, in the middle of the night, 3 hours, you do get like a decent amount of sleep. But it works because, especially if you, because we live with my Lord. We live with my parents, so my mom, you know, or his mom when we go to Louisiana is helpful. But the nurses, like if you live by yourself, I would definitely, especially first time mom, I would definitely stay there the full 2 days.
Yeah.
Because they do come in and make sure you're there. I'm taking my ibuprofen, my other pills that I had to take, and I forget them now, like gas relief, stuff like that. For the first day, Judah did not have a name. But Judah is messing with the camera right now. But yeah, so we came up with Judah actually.
The last day we leaving.
Yeah. I mean, we came up with Judah before we even got married, talking about baby names and stuff that we like when we were engaged. But when we decided on Judah, the girl was calling the hospital phone saying we had to decide before we left. And when I wrote it, I was like, we're going with this? Like, it was still like, we've known that name for a couple years. But it was still like, is this gonna be his name or do we want the other ones? Like it was it was a difficult decision, but everybody seems to like his name. So yeah. Do you have anything else to say about it?
I'm just happy you're here.
Me too. You guys seen him in the video already. Otherwise I would have brought him in right now. But that was our birth vlog. I mean, Lord. That was our birth story, but our birth vlog will be down below if you want to watch that. And yeah, just go ahead and subscribe if you watched this far and join the family. Comment you like what y'all went through, husbands, boyfriends, all the whole nine. Are you guys pregnant? And you watching this trying to, know a story? But yeah.
We'll see you in this video.